Yo, what's going on, guys? So we are around 1 month and a half into the second season of Torchlight Infinite, and let's be honest, not that many people are still playing the game. Most of the players are just waiting for season 3. So the game developers, XD, wrote the dev blog, basically letting us know what they are working on right now and what are their plans for season 3. And keep in mind, this is not gonna be like an actual season 3 announcement, so no new features, no seasonal mechanic. This is basically just letting us know what they are working on and what they are trying to accomplish with the season 3. So in this video I want to go over this post, give you my opinion on it, and also I want to let you know what I'm planning to do in Torchlight for the rest of the season. So first thing we are talking about is that season 2 was not as good as it could have been. Basically in season 1 we gave them a lot of feedback and we were hoping that all of the things are gonna be fixed for season 2, and unfortunately they probably just ran out of time, couldn't just fix everything during the 3 or 4 months that was the time between seasons. So unfortunately just not everything has been fixed. And basically I want you to be cautious because that seems to be happening again for season 3. I think a lot of people are just hoping that every issue that we have right now in season 2 is just gonna be fixed within one season, and that's just simply not going to happen. So basically here they are talking about what are the main things they are trying to fix, and again, not everything might happen. So in my opinion, as long as every season is gonna fix some things, the game is just gonna become better and better with each season. I'm not expecting everything to just suddenly be fixed, but hopefully season 3 is gonna fix the main issues. So the first thing they are working on is game content. So they do realize that the seasons are around 3 months and there's simply not enough content in the game right now to support this period of time. Basically, probably around 1 month into the season, everyone is already done with the game. Maybe if you started season later, then you probably still are playing the game. Even if you haven't been playing the game every single day, there's simply just not enough content to play for a long amount of time. So the first thing they want to change is they want to change the crafting system for it to be more exciting and more expensive to craft late and endgame gear. And second thing is adjust difficulty on Time Mark 8 and compasses, so it is more difficult but also more rewarding. So in my opinion, I would be careful with that because I think most of the players, why they're playing Torchlight is that because it has a simple crafting system, because it is actually pretty easy to reach Time Mark 7 and Time Mark 8 and play the game. And if they increase the game difficulty and also make crafting more expensive, maybe less people are gonna enjoy the game. But I think if they are gonna keep the crafting very similar to what it is right now, but just make the late and only late and end game more expensive, I think it's fine. Also, if they are gonna just introduce maybe new crafting methods for the like super end game expensive gear, so we actually have just more stuff to do towards the end game, not early game, I think it's gonna be fine. And basically the same thing with Time Mark 8, so the game difficulty. I actually personally would prefer if they introduce maybe like Time Mark 9, Time Mark 10 and make them much harder, but keep Time Mark 8 the same as it is. Maybe it would be fine. But I think here they are basically trying to accomplish the same thing, but instead of introducing Time Mark 9 and 10, just making Time Mark 8 with compasses much more difficult. So I guess we're gonna see. Again, I'm hoping that early game crafting and time marks are not gonna be harder, just like they're saying here, just super end game, just so we can play game for longer. Next thing is loot experience. So this season, pretty much everyone has been just focused on grinding flame fuel. Not that many people were farming other types of currencies. Early on in the season, embers were pretty expensive and a lot of people were target farming them, but pretty fast they dropped down in value and not that many people were farming them, especially since Flame Elementium we use for trading. So it adds additional value to that type of currency because, well, basically you don't have to trade as much. If you're just immediately farming flame elementum, you don't have to sell embers or whatever are other types of currencies. So what we are trying to do is introduce more materials, which hopefully are gonna be more expensive, and also we're gonna be able to target farm them that are gonna fit with this new crafting system, basically the late and end game gear. So kind of like right now we have Restless and Omnis Embers, also the double corrosion materials. So just more ways of crafting super end game gear, and hopefully this is gonna be super expensive, so if you drop the new type of currency you're gonna be excited and maybe sell it for 20 or 50 elementium. But I still think most of the people are gonna continue just farming flame fuel because that's the currency you are using for trading, but hopefully it is gonna help this issue a little bit. The next topic is other optimization. So first thing is they're adding controller support, which is something I don't really care about. I am never gonna play on controller, but I guess some people might, so I guess that's nice. Also, they're adding Pact Spirit builds. So basically, you're gonna be able to save your Pact Spirit setups. Maybe you're using one setup for bosses, one for mapping. So you're gonna be able to switch between them with just one click. So that's nice. And next thing is actually the biggest change that I actually was waiting for a well, full 2 seasons. So they are adding the mouse over UI feature for items in our inventory. So basically what that means, we no longer are going to have to click on every single item to see what modifiers they have. We'll just be able to mouse over them and you're gonna see all of the modifiers. On top of that, they are adjusting the inventory so that no longer interface is gonna block some other information. So example here being when you equip 2 one-handed weapons and you mouse over one weapon, it's no longer gonna block the additional items in your inventory, and same for jewelry like rings. So like I said, this is something that I was waiting for a while. It's definitely gonna improve the PC version by a lot. Next thing is the trade house. So we all know trade house right now has a lot of issues. Most importantly, I think the thing that people are waiting for the most is being able to sort items by price, but looks like it's not something that they're working on right now. But at least they are working on being able to search search items with 2 of the same affixes. So example here being chaotic ending with 2 or 3 max tenacity stacks. For me, for example, the important one would be infinity belt with something like double erosion resistances roll, which is an item that I am actually using right now. And second thing they are working on is distribution of tax refund vouchers. So in case you don't know, right now every 8 currency that you are trading for, so most of the time it's gonna be flame fuel, you're basically gonna lose to tax. But if you're playing the game, there are a lot of ways to get tax vouchers through just playing the game and then just getting them from things like quests. And they are trying to give us more of them. Basically, the reason tax exists is that so that people that are just trading, they are not really playing the game, they are just sitting in town and constantly trading, they make less currency. But if you are actually playing the game, dropping some items and then selling them, you are not really that much affected by tax. So this is why we are getting the tax refund vouchers through just playing the game. So more of them is obviously gonna be nice, but hopefully maybe they're gonna try to fix the this issue in some other ways, because obviously if you're playing a lot, doesn't matter how many tax refund vouchers you're gonna get, you're always gonna lose some currency to tax. Next thing is visual experience. they will add an option to adjust the transparency for skills, so that's a nice additional option. And the next category is Netherrealm gameplay. So they want us to be able to collect the cards faster in the Chaos Invasion. So we can just start doing strategies much faster. So I think it's a good change, but they also have to be careful with it because, like they said earlier, they are trying to make the content in the game much longer, basically give players ways to play game for longer. But if they are gonna reduce the time it takes to collect all of the cards, basically they're gonna make us play the game less. So hopefully the reason why they are doing this is because they're introducing more new cards, so that if we just, let's say right now, have 50 cards in the game, and if they introduce additional 10, 20, then they are gonna speed up the time that it takes to collect them by like 30% or something, so that it is still around the same time. That's what I'm hoping they are gonna do, but I guess we'll have to see. And the next thing is, it is gonna be possible to skip God of War early, which is a highly requested feature, because right now when you're doing God of War and you're at the end of the map and you want to do some other trial mechanic, you just have to wait for it to finish. I hope it is gonna also work for other trials, not just God of War, because sometimes we want to finish also other ones earlier, but this one is definitely the most annoying one. Next topic is Hunter Profile. Basically, we're gonna be able to see more things in the hero ranking, and also just overall in our profile. So for example, in season 2 they added the minion specific modifiers in Hunter Profile, so we can actually see how much critical strike chance, for example, minions have. So hopefully they're just gonna go add even more information, and especially for the hero ranking, so we can compare our builds to other people. And the last thing they are talking about is also highly requested change, which is the amount of emblems we can gather through playing the game in just one season. So as of right now, in season 2, we are only able to get 70 of them, and to be able to buy one hero, you actually have to spend 100 of them. So even if you play the entire season and gathered all of them, you're not gonna be able to buy even one hero. So in season 3, we are gonna be able to get 100, which is pretty much being able to buy one hero for free for just playing the game, which I think is fine. Still, if you want to get more of them every season, you're gonna have to buy them, but I think it's a nice middle ground. Just basically, if there is one hero that you really want to play during one season, you can just get it for free. And obviously they are still working on more than that. Also, obviously, some of these things might not be released immediately in season 3. If something is gonna change, they are probably gonna let us know. This is basically just the plan, and hopefully they are gonna do even more than that. And last thing I want to talk about is what I'm still gonna do this season. And basically, if you have been watching my videos and my streams, I have been pretty much always only playing minion builds, so I'm still planning to play game a little bit, just to play some other characters. I'm not gonna play that much, like I said. I already did pretty much everything in this season. There's not that much content to do, but I still want to play some other heroes, so maybe next season I'm gonna know more about the game, and I'm gonna be able to recommend some other characters to people, not just minion builds. And also I'm gonna make some additional videos on my current builds. I'm basically planning to make leveling guides for charge and order calling motto, and also a budget version of these builds for the end game, and also expensive versions of the builds that can clear pretty much everything in the game. But for this video, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.